Okay, hello and welcome to Pert's Bottom, the village just below Lower Upper Cheshire, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, this village has a problem, like all villages do. This village has a problem with time. There is going to be village. There are going to be three teams in this game. There's going to be the village team, there's going to be the werewolf team, and there's going to be the time bandits team. There'll be the usual 3 votes to kill per day. You may not vote or second consecutively, so that means if you voted or second on the first vote, you can't vote or second on the second, but you can on the third. No time limit per day. Time team players won't be revealed when they're killed. They will either show, because there's going to be time teams are going to be hidden among the villagers, there's going to be time teams hidden among the werewolves. They will show as either villagers or werewolves depending on where they were hidden. And there's basically going to be a set amount of time for the whole game, which I was thinking the whole day sessions. So I was thinking probably going to do 30 minutes base. If everyone suddenly panics and thinks that's a ridiculous amount of time, I might change it. We can have a chat about it afterwards. So at the start of every day, I will start a timer. And at the end of every day, I will stop the timer. When 30 minutes have elapsed, the game is over. And the time bandits, providing they are at least one of them is alive, the time bandits will win. If there's a nomination, the time is paused. I will ask the person to give themselves a defense. They will have 20 seconds. Yes, 20 seconds, Josh, to defend themselves. And then there will be a vote. No questions, no reasons why you want to nominate that person. If you want to give reasons, you need to do it before you say, I nominate X. After the 20 seconds, we have the vote, as I say, and then if the vote is not enough to kill, we will then carry on. Or if it's the third vote of the day, we will go straight to sleep. And the time will be restarted if we carry on. At no point in time will players be shown the timer. If you want to keep track yourselves, that's fine, but there are going to be things that mess around with the time. So keeping track may or may not help. Villagers will win as normal if they kill all the werewolves. However, to make it a bit easier for them, if there's a time bandit hidden among the werewolves, that time bandit will not count as a werewolf. So if for example, there are 2 werewolves, one of which is a time bandit, you kill the right werewolf, and the time bandit is still alive, the villagers win the game. However, it's probably not going to be that easy. Yeah, the werewolves win if they achieve parity. In that situation, the time bandit werewolf and the time bandit villagers will count. So the time bandit villagers will count as villagers, the time bandit werewolves will count as werewolves. The thinking for that is to try and make the time bandit werewolf not just hide among the werewolves the whole game, because the werewolves have it a bit easier, and so they actually help the werewolves achieve parity, so they might not want to do that. I don't know, they might start throwing, kind of a bit like a lone werewolf might start throwing werewolves under buses. We'll see. Yeah, so if the time bandits both die, time is paused forever and the timer is irrelevant. If you kill a werewolf, the time is increased. The time remaining is increased by 2 minutes. If you kill a basic villager, the time is reduced by a basic 1 minute. And if you kill a village roll, the time is reduced by 2 minutes. Okay, so that's the basic rules. The roles in the team, the village team, there's an indeterminate number of villagers. There is a mentalist who will get to act at night 0, and they can check 2 players that are not themselves to see if they're on the same team. If they are on the same team, you will get a thumbs up. If they are not on the same team, you'll get a thumbs down. On the off chance that the game continues and there are no more alive players to check that you haven't checked, then you are allowed to, if you've checked everyone who's alive, you are allowed to check the player a second time against somebody else, just in case. And if say there's one person who hasn't been checked, there's one person left who hasn't been checked, you're allowed to check that person against somebody who has been checked. We'll see how that goes. There is also going to be the timekeeper. The timekeeper will know, they are the only player apart from the time bandits who will know how much time is actually remaining. They will be shown the time remaining every night. Then there's going to be an indeterminate number of werewolves. They're all just going to be basic werewolves, nothing special about the werewolves. And then we'll have the time bandits. as I said, there's going to be village time bandits, werewolf time bandits. If you're a werewolf time bandit, you will wake up with the werewolves. You will appear as a werewolf when you're killed. The werewolves will think you're a werewolf, but werewolves will be on the suspicion that one of them may be a time bandit. You do not know. Werewolf villagers are just appear as boring old villagers, and if they're killed, they are appear as a villager, and they are villagers. Brandon, did you have a question?
Yeah. So for the mentalist, okay, if there's a villager time bandit and then a werewolf time bandit for the mentalist, they check and will they appear as the same team or will they appear as different teams?
They would appear the same team. So if it's villager and villager time bandit, different team. Villager time bandit, werewolf time bandit, same team. Werewolf time bandit and werewolf, different team.
Oh wow! Okay, wow. Okay.
I don't know how that will work. We'll just see. So then the time bandits, they have 3 sort of different things just to mess up with the time, and they can choose every night to do one of them, and they're all one-shot abilities. Okay. So the first one is double the time gained or lost from an execution the next day. So if they choose that and a wolf is killed, it actually makes it worse for them because there's 4 minutes is added to the time. If a village roll is killed, 4 minutes is taken away from the time. The other option is to have 4 votes that day instead of the normal 1, 2, 3. If that happens, first, second, and third votes that vote to kill will be ignored. So if you vote to kill somebody on the first day, on the first vote, and I say so-and-so has voted to kill somebody, but nothing happens, you will then know that the time bandits have chosen to use the option to have 4 votes. You might want to just rush through votes 2 and 3. I don't know. And the last one is double the time lost during the day. So I will just keep track of how much time has been lost during the day, and that will be doubled at the end of the day. The good thing that comes with that is that the following day, the opposite effect has to take effect, and so the werewolves don't get. The time bandits do not get to choose an ability to use that day, that night. So if the time bandits choose to double the time lost or gained from execution, the next day automatically the time gained or lost is halved. If they choose to have the 4 votes, then the next night there can only be 1 vote is chosen for the next day. And the last, if they choose the double time lost during the day, then the next night the one that has to be chosen is half the time lost during the following day. And I think that's everything.
Under what scenario would the time bandits want to gain time?
They would not want to at any point in time. Have I done something that says they do gain time?
Double time gained or lost.
So basically in the executions, killing villagers reduces time, killing werewolves increases time. So if they think that there's going to be a villager killed the next day, they might want to use that. If they think it's going to be a wolf killed the next day, they definitely don't want to use that.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a sort of gamble, I guess. The way of thinking of that one. The 4 votes one, I don't know how that's just something I wanted to try to do with the votes. And the double the time lost during the day, I guess, that's just going to be who's talking a lot. They might be a bit dodgy. So that is everything. So I think I will do 30 minutes and we'll see how that goes. It might be too much time, might not be enough time. And one thing I will say is the time bandits will not get to act on night 0, so they won't get to choose any of their abilities for day 1. Okay. Right. Again, I'll see how that goes. So, if nobody's got any questions, could you all please go to Sleepy Poos? Excellent, and I will mute the lot of you. because you shouldn't be talking apart from me, because I'm allowed to talk. And then that's right. So yes, welcome to the village of Pertbottom. I don't want to say in honor of Jerry because that sounds a bit rude, but that was what we had discussed earlier. So yes, oh dear, I shouldn't get started. Right, no more. Yeah, there is a problem in this village. Let's see if we can sort this village out. What I'll do is I'll get everyone to wake up first and see who they all are, just to check we know you are. So let's start off with those horrible, nasty, vicious werewolves. Horrible, nasty, vicious werewolves. Please, could you wake up? You should see that many of you, you horrible, evil people. Okay, horrible, nasty werewolves, please go to sleep. And the other horrible nasties, the time bandits. Horrible, nasty time bandits, please could you wake up? Horrible, nasty time bandits, you should see that many of you. Horrible, nasty time bandits, go to sleep. Now, the timekeeper. You're not going to get to do anything because there is 30 minutes left, but I just want to see you know who you are. And good, you do know who you are. Well done, you passed the first test. You may go to sleep, timekeeper. And the only other person who gets to do something, and you actually get to do something tonight, is going to be the mentalist. Mentalist, please could you wake up and give me 2 names? And I will give you a thumbs up if they're on the same team, and a thumbs down if they're not on the same team. Okay, I will give you a that. Okie dokie, thank you very much, mentalist. Go to sleep. Okay, and everybody can wake up. And the timer has started. So off you go. I always should also say you can choose to vote to go to sleep if you wish. If you don't want to kill anyone.
Well, someone say something. We don't have time. So
Brandon nominates Chris R. I will stop the timer there. Okay, so Chris R, you're going to get 20 seconds to defend yourself.
God, why? I'm not a wolf.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, no, I don't need to stop it. I'm sorry, I've been playing too much Blood in the Clock Tower. Oh, naughty person. Is there a second for that?
I'll second.
Okay, now I will stop it. Really? Get that
No offense.
Oh dear. Right. So, right now, Chris R, you get to defend yourself. You will have 20 seconds.
I'm on a villager team and I'm not a wolf. I don't know what this is, but I might be useful. Please keep me alive. I don't have reset at this point, obviously.
Okay, she didn't even need the 20. She did it in less than 10. Okay, so this is the first vote of the day for Chris. Thumbs up means yay, keep her alive. The thumbs down means boo, kill her. Okay, ready to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, congratulations. You have all chosen yay, keep her alive.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I'm generally in favor of quick nominations, at least historically. But that was quick by my watch.
I understand, but I wanted to get that first nomination out of the way. We gotta move like quick in this one. So
Yeah.
in my mind, it's like just take one. I was gonna vote up no matter what happened. So I would just get one out the way and just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So-
we do have like a full 30 minutes. I mean,
That's
No,
We
true.
can probably
but-
take.
but-
We can probably take 6 minutes a day,
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
and still be fine.
Yeah, with 9 people, that's a lot of time. Or with
I
it's
mean,
only 8 people. Yeah.
8, sorry.
True, but if we make a wrong move and vote out somebody we shouldn't, then we get that, subtraction or whatever. So like I said, I'm not advocating for hurrying up and voting somebody out. I think it would be decent strategy to get one of the 3 nominations out quickly, especially if that power ends up getting used.
I think we should play quicker than a regular game, but not by a lot. I
Yeah.
think that we should focus more so on finding the werewolves and less so on the time bandits winning. I think we can kind of gauge how long we have, and I think we can figure that part out. I don't think we should focus on that.
Fast.
Is it possible Brandon is a time bandit and he's trying to throw us off by going quick to do the exact opposite of his win condition?
I'm not sure because we wouldn't vote time bandits out. We would focus on wolves, would we? Or should we
Yes,
vote them?
yes.
I mean, it's something to keep in mind for the end game. I mean, I agree we should focus on wolves, but one of the time bandits, it could be a wolf time bandit as well. So I'm just trying to understand
That's
why
true.
use a nomination 1.3 seconds into the game and when you've already decided that you're going to vote up.
Well, Josh, okay. Well, actually, okay, that you make a good point because that is part of my strategy. I'm playing villager. I'm not a time bandit. Let me be clear about that. But that is part of my strategy to let the village know, like I am trying to move this game along fast. And I will continue to play it fast the entire game so that nobody will hesitate to think that I am a time bandit. So I will continue to use that strategy. So I'll tell you that right now, even if it gets me voted out. So I'm regular villager, by the way. So the penalty won't be as big as if we voted out the mentalist or the timekeeper. But
Okay, Jerry, are you a wolf?
Not a wolf. Village team. Just trying to figure out. So I see Brandon's logic in trying to get the game moving fast, but I thought maybe because it's first day, first nomination, maybe take a few extra minutes just to try and have a bit of a chat, try and figure out where everybody is, who gives anything away. You know, yes, definitely try and be a bit faster than normal, but there's fast and then there's that fast. That was very spectacular. That's like going for like the absolute record on getting someone in. I don't think we've ever had a nomination that fast. So it's just maybe like because at the moment the game started at 8:27, we're now at 8:30. So if we're going by the 6 minutes day, we've got another 3 minutes of this day, and then that's 6 minutes up.
Are you wolf, PJ?
No, I'm just a plain villager.
What about you, Jeff? Are you a
Villager.
good villager?
Yeah, I'm a villager, a reliable vote for the village. That's for you, Josh.
Is that your message, Jeff?
You're muted, Flick, by the way. I saw you trying to say something.
I was just thinking back on last night with Jeff there. No, I'm just currently going back through the rules with time bandits and just trying to rethink about what Brandon said there. As I said, before game, this is kind of throwing a bit of a spanner in the works because I feel like I just want to play Finding Werewolves and not think about time bandits because like I don't get it, but maybe we'll get it, you know, as we see what happens and things start to make sense maybe of how it works, but I don't understand. Like,
we've used 5.5 minutes. I'm going to nominate PJ.
I'm a villager.
Davey nominates PJ. Is there a second? Brandon, you nominated first, so you can't second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. That's,
okay, got you.
Anyone else want a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we'll stop the timer there. Okay, so Davey nominated PJ and Josh seconded. And PJ, you now have 20 seconds for your defense. Off you go.
I am just a plain villager. That's all I am. You can vote me out, but that you guys would lose time if you vote me out, so that's not a good idea. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, and you did it in the right time, so well done. Right, voting on PJ. Up to keep alive, down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, I see 2 down, and that's not enough. So the day continues.
So sorry, I don't really know where Davey and Josh went for PJ there, but also like you two seem to be like, I don't know, that felt a bit like a tag team effort there almost, like a double act. I mean, like, is there something you guys both spotted or?
So, I mean, when Chris R asked PJ to talk earlier, I didn't think it was that great of a, of a discussion. He didn't add anything, and so I was okay with seconding that. And I usually don't like the, oh, you can kill me, that's fine. Like I feel like we all have to be adding something to the conversation for us to keep you around, because there is a time pressure here. I want to keep good people. I wasn't paying attention to I guess Davey voted down, but I had my reasons at least.
Yeah, so Davey, just because like you both nominated, you both voted down, nobody else did. This is very just 2 on 2.
Yeah, you're right. We got together before this game and planned this attack. Everyone had a chance to speak, and PJ, I believed the least. So we're trying to get through the game. I was like, all right, I've heard everyone talk. I believed PJ the least, so he's my number one suspicious. That's why I nominated him. His defense wasn't bad, but again, he's my only suspicion. That's why I downvoted him. I don't know what Josh is. I mean, Josh gave his reason. We're not. I don't know.
For
I
what it's
have-
worth, I don't think Jeff gave a lot of good information before. Like, I would have seconded PJ and Jeff. I feel like everyone else has at least said something explaining,
We
some
lost
thoughts of the
7
game.
minutes.
I have a question real quick. Okay, so how many werewolves do we think it is? Because I think that would put maybe a closer number on how many roles that we could have outside of like plain villager. Like how
I think
many
there are
people?
2 werewolves, 2 time bandits, 1 timekeeper, and 1 mentalist. We're down 7.5 minutes. Can someone nominate to go to sleep at least, or to kill?
I nominate to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll
Is there a-
second that.
Okay, thank you. So Jeff nominates go to sleep, and Brandon seconds. If this doesn't fail, we will then go to a third and final vote. Yeah. So I don't think, well, we won't have a discussion because there's no person called go to sleep to defend themselves. So it's just simply, if you vote up, we will go to sleep now. If you vote down, the day will continue and we will have, well, until there's a third vote. Okay. Up, day continues. Down, no, that's completely wrong. Sorry. Up, day ends. Day ends. Day continues.
Gotcha.
Ends, continues. I need to understand it in my head. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Say it one more time, please.
I mean, the question is, are we going to sleep? Yes, go to sleep.
Yes,
No,
let's go
don't
to sleep.
That's
Correct.
the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, David, for explaining it
Thank
far
you.
better than I ever could. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay. I see. Most people want to go to sleep, so we will go to sleep.
At all.
Let's mute you all. Okay. So, first of all, I will just get the time bandits to wake up. And time bandits, there is this much time left. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, thank you very much. Would you say there's, okay, that didn't make sense. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, thank you. So you now need to decide whether you want to do one of the things or do that. You want to do that one, do you? Okay, right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You may go to sleep. And werewolves, you may wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Okay, thank you very much. Werewolves. Werewolves go to sleep. Okay. Mentalist wake up. Who would you like to learn about? Okay, thank you very much. Mentalist. Mentalist go to sleep. And timekeeper. This is how much time is left in the game. Okay, thank you very much, timekeeper. Timekeeper go back to sleep. And everybody may wake up. Apart from Jerry, I'm afraid Jerry has been killed. Jerry was a villager. And reset, the day continues, or the day starts.
All right. I am sus on PJ still. I'm sus on Josh, and I'm sus on Flick. I trust Davey. I trust Jeff.
Okay, so why are you sus on me?
You voted down, and I think it would be a good strategy for the werewolves
Okay.
to kill off Jerry, who also voted down.
Yeah, can I explain why I voted down?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this time bandit thing, I am at a loss because I do not quite understand. So I'm playing to find werewolves, and I'm just trying to understand how going to sleep without, like, I feel like when you go to sleep, you're kind of allowing a werewolf kill without like trying to find information or maybe even attempting to get a werewolf. So like this seems counterintuitive to me, and I just I don't get this time bandit element of the game. Like I'm here for werewolves. I get that it's a third element to the game. I just can't quite get it into my head as to what exactly
and I get that
supposed to be doing. So like that's why I voted that way, because I don't get it. If someone could explain really quickly, like really phonetically, that would be great, because like everybody voted away and I was like, I must be missing something. But I was like, we have no information about a werewolf. We're going to sleep. A villager will get killed.
You could just ask a moderator question. I guess then the time would also stop.
We'll stop the time. Yeah, if you want to ask what exactly, so.
Yeah, like I don't, that seemed counterintuitive when like you go to sleep and a villager gets killed. And I was like, why are we doing this?
I got an explanation. Well, I have an explanation that from my part. So I understand that, and I generally like to kill the first day too, but I'm open to not killing on the first day because I personally believe the first day you get the least amount of information, no matter what anybody says. You can still get something good, but I really don't think you start getting some really good information, myself personally, to the second day in any werewolf game. There's too much up in the air because there's not enough actions taken before. That's how I feel about it. But go ahead, Josh.
I know there's a difference of opinion on what I'm about to say, and that's fine. We can all have our preferred play styles. But if, assuming Jerry was not the mentalist, can the mentalist come out? Because you probably have a crap ton of information right now. I think it might be helpful. You should have checked 4 people, right? The mentalist?
Isn't it early for the mentalist? Maybe one more
There's
round?
only 8. If there, okay, so here's my reasoning. In an 8-player game, that 4 people you've checked and yourself. So that's 5 people. That's more than half.
Okay, I'm the mentalist.
Okay.
Josh and Davey are on the same team. Flick and Jerry were on the same team. Now, in the case of Flick and Jerry, either Flick and Jerry are both villagers, or Flick is a villager time bandit, or is a werewolf time bandit, and Jerry is a villager time bandit. Because it'll be announced that Jerry was a villager if she was a villager time bandit. So either Flick is the time bandit werewolf, or she's a villager.
Question for Simon: would you announce when a time bandit dies, or would you would say villager? Okay,
I would say villager or werewolf.
Can I just sort of like inquire why you immediately are focusing on me and Jerry? Because like I am a villager, and Davey and Josh apparently are on the same team. So like for me, that's where I'd be looking.
Yeah,
Because
you were
if they're not on my team, they're werewolves.
You were a
Flick,
mentalist.
Yeah, I'm the mentalist, and I can't ask about anybody twice until I've asked about everybody. So I just started on my screen in the bottom two corners. You're right next to Jerry on my screen. Now Josh and Davey are one apart, but I kind of actually started to have some faith in Flick, and Flick had raised the issue about Josh and Davey teaming up, and so that's why I checked Josh and Davey on the second round.
How many villagers can there be?
Indeterminate.
I mean, yes, indeterminate. You mean regular
So-
villagers or
Yeah.
just people on the village team?
Well, village team.
I mean, I'm under the assumption that there's 2 werewolves. One of them might be a time bandit werewolf, but I don't think that counts. There's also probably a regular time bandit, so that's 3 total roles. They're not villagers, so 5.
Okay. Then
So
it's-
right now I am trusting Davey, Jeff, obviously, Davey. I've got a good feeling about Chris. So right now I'm looking at Brandon and PJ.
I'll nominate Josh.
Is there a second for Josh? Flick seconds. Okay. Brandon nominates Josh. Flick seconds. Josh, do you want to give your 20 seconds to defend yourself?
I'll say start, and then you can start. Start.
Okay.
Amazing how I just call out Brandon and he immediately nominates me. I am on the village team. That's why I trust Jeff Davey. I have a good feeling about Chris. I don't trust PJ or Brandon right now. And I guess what Jeff said about Flick could technically be true, but right now I'm looking at Brandon and PJ. So
And that's
there we
your
go.
And you see, you did that absolutely fine. Well done. Perfect. in 20
Struggle though,
seconds.
Simon. Struggle though.
Okay. So voting on Josh. Up keeps him alive, down kills him. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of you left. So we need 4 to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, there are 2 down, and I couldn't count because there was actually 7 of you, but we still need the 4 to kill. So it didn't matter. Sorry.
Assuming Jerry,
The reason I unnominated you, Josh, because I was planning on nominating somebody as soon as you was done talking. But since you mentioned me right at the end, that's what made it be you. Otherwise, it was going to be PJ. So
Okay, the fact is, right? The fact is that
Ooh.
Josh and Davey are on the same team. I'm apparently on the same team as Jerry. I know I'm a villager. This just screams to me that Josh and Davey must be the werewolves. I mean, I'm assuming, right, because we've already established, like, time bandits will show as villagers or werewolves. So, like, Josh or Davey could be, like, time bandit werewolf. I don't really think any of that time bandit stuff really matters, because if they're coming up as werewolves and we know that those are the only 2 types that will show, that means they're werewolves to me, because I know exactly what I am. So they're werewolves. And like if I was in a betting mood, I would bet that definitely they're werewolves, because I can't think of any like magical other role that would appear that isn't that at this point.
Oh, like villagers on the same team? That doesn't make sense. I don't trust Chris. Josh, I don't know why you have a good feeling about Chris. I do trust Brandon though, so I'm between Chris and PJ.
I am the timekeeper, so I'm good.
Oh, perfect.
okay. Well,
I'll
can
nominate
you
PJ.
nominate somebody, Kristen? Yeah.
I'm
Is
the
there a
villager.
second for PJ?
Don't do that, that's not good.
Brandon, you already
can't
did the first
second,
one
Brandon.
again.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot.
Sorry. That's my stupid little rule. Yeah. So is anyone going to second Davey?
I'll second it.
Second.
Okay,
Okay.
Jeff seconds.
I was
Okay.
seconding PJ. I was seconding PJ.
Sorry.
My bad.
Who is
Hang
being
on a
No, we're
second.
seconding-
Hang on.
oh.
I've stopped the time.
Davey or
Sorry.
PJ?
Hang on.
I seconded PJ.
Hang on a second. Let me just clarify what I think's happening. And if people disagree, then we can go back. I've stopped time, so don't worry about that. I think that Davey nominated PJ and Jeff seconded. Is that what people are down for? Yes. Cool. Thank you very much. So Davey nominated PJ and Jeff seconded. Right. Okay, PJ, you've got 20 seconds. Off you go.
I'm a villager. I would say that either Davey or and Josh are bad, or Flick and Gary were timekeepers, or the bad people. And yeah, because I'm a villager. and so far I'm not fitting within the numbers. So
Okay, thank you very much. That's 20 seconds. So, second vote of the day, voting for PJ, up to keep alive, down to kill. I will actually get it right. There are 7 of you, but we still need a 4 as a majority. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 thumbs down. PJ has been killed. PJ was a villager. Okie dokie. Everybody, please go to sleep. I need to do a bit of stupid maths. Okay. I will wake people up in a second. Okay, so please could the time bandits wake up? Time bandits, this is how much time is left remaining in the day, in the game. Okay, so because if you chose to do an ability last night, the opposite ability will automatically happen. If you didn't choose to do ability last night, would you like to choose to do an ability tonight? Okay, thank you very much. And go to sleep. And werewolves wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Okay, thank you very much, werewolves. And mentalist, wake up. Mentalist, who would you like to know about? And I will give you a that. And I realized I didn't mute everyone because I'm useless. So there we go. Thank you very much. Mentalist. Mentalist may go back to sleep. And please could the timekeeper wake up? Timekeeper, this is how much time is left. Okay. Thank you very much, timekeeper. Timekeeper, go back to sleep. And everybody may wake up. And in the night, Jeff was killed.
For 30 minutes.
Chris,
And
I don't understand why we didn't test the theory on either Josh and Davey, and then if it was wrong, you could have killed me. But you didn't. And now we're in a 3 for 2 when it comes to werewolves, because we think there's 2 werewolves. I don't get this. Like, different teams, and we've walked away from it. That feels like a very time bandit-y thing to just walk away from it. Like, why are we not focusing on the werewolves? Why are we not getting the werewolves? What am I missing that we're not aiming at werewolves?
We can nominate you or Brandon and find a werewolf.
Oh, I mean, I know that. Yeah, no. Because, like, the thing is, as soon as Jeff said that we're on different teams, that's you and Davey. Different team to me. You're werewolves.
Sometimes people have different sometimes people have different read. I remember yesterday I had seer checks and you ignored them, Flick, because you had a read. You completely ignored my seer checks, and now you're doing the same thing. Like, sometimes people go after the reads, and you do it too. So,
well, I want to nominate.
I'm feeling fairly confident.
Chris, how many? How long do we have left?
13 minutes.
13.
He's 13 approximately, yes.
Okay. I nominate Josh.
Is there a second for Josh? Okay, I saw Flick second. All right, so I'll stop the timer. Brandon nominated Josh and Flick seconded. Okay, Josh.
And
You-
start. So I think Jeff actually figured this out. I think Flick is the werewolf time bandit. I think Brandon is the other werewolf. And I know I'm a villager, so I'm going to trust Jeff's information. Dave is the villager. Chris already came out as whatever the other role is. So it's Brandon and Flick. We kill one today. We kill the other tomorrow. We win. Simple.
There's no
Okay.
questions, Flick. They don't, no questioning.
Sorry. All right. And ready to vote. Up to keep alive, down to kill. 3, 2, 1. Vote. Okay, I see 3 down, yes, which is enough to kill Josh, and Josh was a werewolf. Everybody go to sleep. Okay. So first of all, oh, hang on. I need to work out some time. Okay, so please could the time bandits, I need to mute again, I always get to mute. Please could the time bandits wake up? Time bandits, this is how much time is left in the game. Okay, if you didn't use an ability yesterday, would you like to use an ability today? Okay, thank you very much. Right, and go to sleep. And werewolves wake up. Werewolves, who would you like to kill? Werewolves wake up, please. Okie dokie, thank you very much. Werewolves may go to sleep. Okay, and mentalist wake up. Mentalist, who would you like to know about? Oh, very interesting mentalist. Good choices, I think. All right, well, there you go. This is what they are. Thank you very much. And mentalist go to sleep. And timekeeper wake up. Timekeeper, this is how much time is left in the day. Thank you very much, timekeeper. And timekeeper go back to sleep. And everybody wake up, apart from Chris, who has unfortunately been killed. So I'm just going to, we're down to a final 3. I'm still going to do things as normal. I think I will say you are not, yeah, we'll do things as normal. You nominate, we don't need this. I think I'm making things up as a fly here. You don't need a second. And we'll see what happens because of how the game's structured. So we will do nominations, but you don't need a second. And let's see how we go. Off you go.
I'm just going to point out. So Jerry and I, same team. Jerry killed by werewolves. Everybody seems to think I'm a werewolf.
Okay, so
Make
here's
that
the
make
thing.
sense.
Flick. Okay, I'm about to try to make it make sense. Okay, because again, when Simon was explaining the rules, he said, okay, so werewolves won't necessarily show up as the same team. So a werewolf time bandit can show up with he could, like, for instance, okay, Jeff is the mentalist. he can check. He checks a werewolf and he checks the werewolf time bandit. They'll show up differently. And the same thing for villager and village time bandit. So technically, like he could check you, Flick, and if you're a villager, Jerry could be the villager time bandit, and it will show up differently. It will only show up the same. It'll only show up exactly the same if they're both on the village or if they're both werewolves. But that can get thrown off. That can get thrown off if there's a time bandit in the mix. But time bandits will show up with each other. So technically, it can look like you were the werewolf time hunter and Jerry was the village time hunter. Or
Okay,
time bandit. My bad.
I can't lie. The time bandit thing has gone completely over my head. I'm just here for the werewolves to get them. I
understand, but that does affect the mentalist check, which does lead to the rest of the game. Because if we confirm that Jerry was a villager, if she was a bandit, though, that would mean you would be the werewolf bandit. I'm not saying that you are, but that possibility was out there.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's not that, there's inherently like there could be like double bandits who potentially there could have been two werewolves that are bandits. Would they show on different teams? Or would they show on...
everyone. Sorry, Flick, I've got to stop you there. Sorry, because Davey nominated you, Flick. So I will stop the timer there. As I said, no seconds needed. So, I don't need to mute. Well done. You're all very good listeners. Well done. Round of applause. Golf clap. So, yes, Flick, you will have 20 seconds to defend yourself, starting now.
Yeah, so I know I'm a villager. I think it's very interesting that Davey has nominated. I think Davey is a werewolf. I agree, potentially, I've gone the wrong direction in this, but I feel quite strongly in the fact that they're not in the same team as me. They're werewolves. Like it doesn't make any other sense that they couldn't, like, that they're werewolves. I can't see a different situation.
Okay, time's up. Thank you. So, up to keep alive, down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, we carry on.
Okay, I agree that we're not on the same team, Flick, but no one said we weren't on the same team. The mentalist did not check me with you. There's no way to know if we were on the same team or not. I do know that we're not, but apparently Brandon's on your side. So you can kill me and give her the win if you want.
No, that's not. No, I kept it up so we can keep talking, Davey, because I don't know yet. I didn't vote it up just, because I think she's necessarily telling the truth. I still don't know. But
that's fine. But I think we have 4 minutes before the end of the game.
Okay. So the thing is, what I'm just basically trying to say is, even though you can feel strongly about that, Flick, and we don't, so we can't necessarily just go with that. Okay. And that's why our minds could go a different direction than yours.
I appreciate that. But here's the thing. Where I'm thinking on this, Jerry and I, same team. Davey and Josh, same team. They then kill the mentalist, so there's no other checks. So that leads to all this suspicion, and like, I know in my heart which team I'm on, and I know that they've been marked as being on a different team. Like, I feel like, 2 + 2 = 4. Like, my brain can't compute it being any other way. That is a werewolf. Like,
he might be a time bandit though. Because Josh could be a werewolf.
Would it not make, like, if they were a time bandit, is that not also
but you know what though? At that point, he would be a villager time bandit, which means at that point.
Hang on. How would that be a villager?
I'll nominate Flick.
Okay, I will stop it again. This time, Brandon nominates Flick. Okay. Flick, you get another 20 seconds to get a defense if you're ready, and you may start now.
Yeah, Josh and Davey are on the same team. I don't really understand where you're going with this. Like, I know that I'm a villager. The rest of this seems like absolute nonsense. They're not villagers. They're not on my team. Like, I'm happy to end the game like right now, and we kill off the werewolf. Why are we not doing this?
We will stop there. Thank you very much. Okay, let's try this again. Ready to vote for Flick in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, that is enough. 2 votes is enough to kill Flick. However, she doesn't die. The game continues.
Okay,
Sorry, what just
so
happened?
so
We need to get
so
it up there
they-
2 more times. I nominate Flick.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Right. So, Flick, do you want to give another 20-second defense?
Yep.
Okay,
Davey
go
is a
for it.
werewolf. Brandon, you're going to regret this. When you see him post game, you're going to massively regret this. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a villager. Davey is obviously a werewolf. I don't get where you're going with this. You're making a big mistake.
Okay. Thank you very much. And ready to vote for Flick. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay. Flick is killed. But the game continues. Before you even start saying anything, I realized this was a bad idea, and I apologize for having the 4-vote thing in because that's not worked very well. But let's see. Let's carry on.
Yeah, I'm nominating
I
Davey.
nominate Flick.
Davey is a werewolf. I'm
Okay,
nominating Davey.
Flick nominated Davey. Right. Flick nominates Davey. This is the 4th vote of the day. So, Davey, you can have a defense.
I'm done with my defense. This is stupid. Not your
Okay.
game, Simon. Your game's great. I like the game.
No, the final 4, I needed to think about that a bit more. We'll talk about it at the end, but yes. So David doesn't give a defense, and ready to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, Davey has been killed. Davey was a werewolf. He was the last werewolf, so the village team has won.
Brandon,
Yeah.
Brandon, were you the time bandit?
No.
Okay, the only problem with your logic was if Josh was a time bandit and I was a time bandit, that's why we're on the same team, then Flick wasn't a time bandit and she was on the same team as Jerry because they're both villagers.
So I will.
I don't
mute you all
understand
and-
time bandits at all.
Yeah,
so-
we
I will
know.
mute you all and explain what happened. Some things were interesting, some things were not. Let's just go through it. So, the werewolves were Josh and Davey. The mentalist was Jeff. The timekeeper was Chris. The villagers were PJ, Brandon, and the time bandits. The villager time bandits were Jerry and Flick. On night 0, maybe I shouldn't have had the mentalist act on night 0. Jeff got Flick and Jerry on the same team. On night 1, he got the 2 werewolves, Josh and Davey, on the same team. And then he died, but he got Brandon and Chris on the same team. There was actual time left. There was... Oh, I restarted it. There was about 10 minutes left. It had... Killing the werewolf Josh the day before had given a lot of extra time. I think I also got I realized I wasn't clear about whether it was kills on the rules. It doesn't say kills by the village, so I was unsure about whether I should halfway through the game introduce the wolf kills as well. I kind of don't think I did, or maybe I but I kind of then lost track a little bit, so the time was a bit skew-iffy, but it was nowhere near. It was about 10 minutes left, so the time bandits were not going to win. The extra things which made things confusing did confuse on night 1, Jerry and Flick chose to double the time gained or lost from the execution the next day. That's when Josh was killed. So instead of 2 minutes being added to the time, 4 minutes were added. And then and then the next night it was halved when it was the or have I done it completely wrong? No, it's the other way around. Sorry, it was doubled in half. Yeah, I've made mistakes. There was still loads of time left though. And then last night, Flick chose the 4 nominations. So yeah, it should no, that's fine. I did that right. That's cool. It was doubled for PJ, and then it was halved for Josh. Yes, I think.
Good job,
Time
village.
Yeah.
Non-villager was your MVP, but good job, village.
So is the only way the time bandits win is if time runs out, or
Yeah.
I mean, Okay, I was under the impression if they got parity, they would win as well. And so I thought there
I have
was no way
idea.
that Brandon could win.
Not a notion. I was just like, I just played as a villager because like I reread the rules and I was like, still don't understand. So
Wait,
Yeah.
okay, so Simon, who you say the Time Bandits were again?
It was Flick and Jerry,
It was
And
just
they were
just
both
Flick.
villager time bandits.
and they were both
they were
villager
both
time bandits.
villager time
Yeah,
That's part of what messed me up because I was basically banking on the fact that there was going to be a villager time bandit and a werewolf time bandit.
So
So that's
like,
where
wouldn't we have shown on different teams?
No,
Like,
No?
we were both
If
time
we were-
bandits.
time bandits would show us on the same team.
if one of you was a villager and if you were a villager time bandit and the werewolf time bandit, you would show on the same team.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but that didn't have. I was umming and ahhing whether to have 3 werewolves, one of whom was a time bandit, and have 1 villager time bandit. But I thought, since I had the rule about having parity and including the werewolf time bandit, that would make it really tricky. So that's why I said 2 and 2. I think Josh guessed that at the start. 2 werewolves, 2 villagers. I think what really the mentalist maybe was overpowered or just got incredibly lucky. Well done, Jeff. Getting Flick and Jerry, the 2 time bandits, night 0, and then getting the 2 werewolves night 1 was incredibly good.
Oh, it's fine.
And that's why, and Flick, that's why I was so, confused about everything because like I said, the werewolf time bandit and a villager time bandit could show up on the same team. So technically, a werewolf and a villager would be on the same team.
See,
And that's why
I get that, but like I was happy to literally go and vote and kill out who I felt was a werewolf, like right now, even if the game ended, it wasn't about wasting time. And you kept going, and I was like, why are we not? Why are we not? Like, I just couldn't. I was like, why are we dragging this out? Because like
Maybe a rule of thumb, Simons. Maybe how many players there are, do a minute per player, then double it. So if there's like 7 people, have 14 minutes or.
Yeah,
or...
I really did. I was umming and ahhing about how to work out the time. I think it did. I don't know who said it, but somebody said it was going to be a bit. I think Davey said it would make it a bit pacier, but didn't really have that much effect on the time. I think there was the underlying worry about it, but it wasn't as tight, anywhere near as tight as I wanted it to be.
Maybe number of players time 1 minute per player, then times the total number of players by 2.5.
Yeah. So yes, 2. So yeah. So let's say we had 9.
Try it by
players.
2, and then if that's too fast, then extend it if we're gonna play another one.
So 2.5 would be for 9 would be 18 plus
27.
5.
Well, 24 minutes.
27.
24.
Yeah.
24
minutes. Yeah.